everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tyne, and I'm here today with a really exciting video. I think it's exciting anyway because it's the start of another collaboration with my wonderful friends Rachel and Ruan. I'm sure you follow them both already because they're amazing, but Ruan is the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Rachel is Stitched Up, both on YouTube and both on Instagram too. And we have a really lovely friendship and we enjoy doing collaborations and working together and sharing our ideas and things like that. And the feedback that we've had on our collaborative videos so far have been really, really positive. So we want to continue working together in this way. So last collaboration we did, we all used the same fabric, but we all chose our own patterns to sew. So this time we decided we were all going to sew the same pattern. But then we've actually ended up using the same fabric as well. And let me explain how. So we wanted to work on the same pattern to show you how we all approached it and how it looked on our different body shapes and styles and things like that. But then I was talking to Julie at work. So for those of you that don't know, I work at a fabric shop called First for Fabrics. And I was talking to Julie, who's the owner, and she said, we've got this amazing new fabric range in. Would you ladies like to try it out for your collaboration? So obviously we jumped at the chance because it's a really beautiful fabric range. So we're all actually going to be using the same fabric type, different colours and in different ways, but the same fabric type, and we're all going to be doing the same overall pattern. So let's get started. I think we'll start with the fabric. The fabric is a viscose French terry. So a French terry fabric is a knit fabric that has lots of loops on the back, and then you get a brushed French terry where the loops have been brushed out to give it a fleecy effect on the back. Usually that is made of cotton with some elastane in to give it the stretch. But the difference with this range is instead of cotton, it's viscose. And that means that it's got a drapier feel, a drapier handle, a bit more fluid, and this is it, a bit more fluid and movable, and I think more versatile, because rather than just being used for things like jumpers and joggers and hoodies, that sort of thing, this fabric could also be used for dresses and more dressy garments, as well as also being fabulous for jumpers, hoodies, trousers, that sort of thing. So it's just a bit different. It's something I haven't seen before. I've never seen a viscose French terry. So this is 98% viscose and 2% elastane. We have got it in 7 different colours. And what was lovely was Rachel and Ruan came up to First for Fabrics last week because they were taking part in my sewing social, which was Sewn on the Sunday. And we went and had a look at the fabrics together, and I kind of had in my mind which fabrics I wanted to use, and one of the ladies has suggested that we colour block our garments. So we were going to choose 2 colours each, and I had in my mind which colours I wanted, but I didn't say, and I just let the other ladies choose first, and I just thought I'll be happy with whatever is left. Neither of them chose the 2 that I wanted, which was amazing because I actually thought that Ruan would choose these colours. But she didn't. She's gone and surprised everyone. I'm not going to tell you what colours Rachel and Ruan have chosen, but the colours I've chosen are these 2 beautiful colours. So a lovely purple and a pink. And I'm going to be combining these 2 colours of fabric into my garments. So it's priced at £11.95 a metre. It is, like I said, viscose and elastane. It's 150 centimetres wide, around 220 grams per square metre in terms of weight. You can see there that it's lovely and drapey and fluid. And it's got that lovely, fleecy, soft, cosy back on it. Now it's got a really great stretch and recovery. So along the length of the fabric, it stretches to about 60 to 70%. And then across the width of the fabric, it's around 30 to 40%. So it's fabulous. It's just a really beautiful fabric. I have got 2 meters of the purple and I've got 1 meter of the pink. So the other colors in the range are a navy blue, like a goldy mustardy color, a pumpkin reddy shade, 2 different shades of green, so a dark green and then a sage green, and then these 2. That's all of them. First of Fabrics are actually going to be given 10% off this range of fabrics as part of our collaboration. So until the end of September, so the 30th of September, you can get 10% off this range of viscose French terry with the code COZY10. That's cozy with an S, so COSY 10. I'll leave the details down below. You enter that at checkout and get 10% off this beautiful range of fabrics, so you can also make yourself some amazing garments. One of my cats is playing with it down here. So that's the fabric. I'm really excited about this fabric. So in a minute you'll hear all about the garments that I'm going to be sewing with this fabric, but you could make, like I said, dresses, something like the Kilo wrap dress by Named Clothing. A wrap dress of any kind would be great in these. A tunic style dress, something like the Ebony by Closet Core would be awesome. You could make cardigans out of this, so the cocoon cardigan that I made recently by Delia Creates, it's called a carry cardigan, that would be great in this. You could make something like the pearl cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons, so it would be great for form-fitting, close-fitting garments, but also really loose-fitting, cozy amazingness, basically. So what are we going to be making? Let's find out. So as we're approaching the colder months and the need to get all cozy and warm, we are going to be making a lounge suit. Yay, I'm very excited about that. And the patterns that we're going to be using to create our lounge suit are the Closet Core Mile End sweatshirt and the Closet Core Plateau joggers. So this is part of a collection that they called the Montreal collection, and I've wanted to sew these patterns for the longest time, since they were released really. I've loved the look of them. I've had the patterns since they were released and I've never sewn them up, which is just so strange. So this seemed like the perfect opportunity, and what's actually lovely is there are 3 different versions of the top and 3 different variations of the bottoms. So between the 3 ladies we're sewing up every version of the pattern. So that's going to be great for you guys because you're going to see every version of the pattern, as I've just said. But what we're going to be doing a little bit differently is we're going to be combining both of our colours of fabric into each part of our garment. So our jumpers are all going to be 2 colours, our joggers or shorts are all going to be 2 colours. I wonder if now you are starting to think about which version each of us might be making. You might be able to predict which version we're going to be making. Well, while you're thinking of that, I'll tell you a little bit about the patterns and the sizing that they're available in. I'll start with the sizing. So as paper patterns, they come in sizes 0 to 20. So a size 0 is a 31-inch full bust, a 24-inch waist and 33-inch hips, and then going up to a size 20, which is a 46-inch bust, 39-inch waist and a 48-inch hip. So that's the paper pattern. If you get the PDF, that also comes in sizes 14 to 32. So a 14 is a 42-inch bust, 35-inch waist and 45-inch hip, going up to a size 32, which is a 60-inch bust, 58-inch waist and a 63-inch hip. So hopefully that gives you an idea if this pattern would be suitable for you, and yeah, you might feel inspired to get involved too. So starting with a mile end, which is the top. So this is a sweatshirt which is slouchy and oversized. It's got some really interesting style lines and the way it's constructed is quite unique in terms of sweaters. So the pattern pieces are quite unusual and it's not just your bog standard sweatshirt pattern. In terms of the different views, so view A is just a classic crew neck sweatshirt and it's got a rib neckline, just standard sweatshirt. Then view B has a bit of an interesting detail because it's got a gathered front band at the waist. So it's got like a fabric tie that gathers it in and makes it quite different. And then view C is a hoodie, but it's got a really deep crossover neckline and it's got a kangaroo pocket on the front. All of the patterns have a curved back yoke and the sleeves are made of 2 pieces and they're also darted. So that's what makes it a little bit different. It's quite unique, the details that are added into this, which is great because a sweatshirt is a sweatshirt, unless you are the mile end. So which version am I making? A, B or C? I'm making version C. So I'm going to be making the hoodie, view C, which yeah, I'm really excited about. It's got that lovely kangaroo pocket so I can put my hands in, keep them all cozy and warm. It's got a hood which I can put up and just again feel extra cozy. So yes, that's the version that I'm going to be making, but I'm going to be combining these two fabrics. It's mainly going to be purple because I've got 2 meters of that in total, and then I'm going to be adding some little accents in the pink as well. So moving on to the bottoms, they're called the plateau joggers, and they refer to these as an elevated take on the classic jogging pant. So they've got a high rise, they've got unique wraparound pockets and a comfortable elastic waist. And they're just perfect for wearing around the house, being cozy and comfy, but also for wearing out and about if you wanted to, because they look perfectly fine to be wearing out and about too. In terms of the 3 different views, well, there's actually 2 views, but one of them you can change up slightly. So view A is the full jogging bottoms, and they've got a drawstring waist if you want to add that in. And the difference between the 2 ways you can make these are at the ankle cuff. You can either have a gathered elastic ankle cuff or just a normal rib cuff on your bottoms. And then view B, which is what I'm making, did you guess that? Is the shorts. So they've got a slightly scalloped hem, which I really like, so they come up slightly at the sides, which makes them really fun, I think. And they're high-waisted, again with an elasticated waist, an optional drawstring if you want, and you can add pockets on the back as well to both those and the joggers. For both of the top and the bottoms, we've decided not to use ribbing fabric. We're just going to be using our viscose French terry for the waistbands, the hembands, all of that sort of thing, because the fabric has plenty of stretch. The colours obviously match perfectly because they are the same fabric, and yeah, we just decided across the board that would be the best thing to do. I'm going to be hopefully using my overlocker for the majority of my sewing, but I did pick up some Maraflex thread, which is the Gutermann slightly stretchy thread, which I'm going to be using for any top stitching on mine. I haven't bought my drawstring cords yet, but I will also be doing that. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing all about the patterns that we're going to be sewing up and the fabrics we're going to be using. We've got quite a tight deadline on this because the 3 of us are actually getting together at the start of October. We're going to have a little weekend away together in London for the knitting and stitching show, and we want to all wear these because we're staying in an apartment together. We thought it'd be really fun to get some photos and maybe even some video footage together. So yeah, we've got quite a quick turnaround with these, but hopefully we've inspired you to go and have a look at this fabric, to go and have a look at the patterns, and join us if you want to. Sew along with us and make yourself a beautiful, cozy, comfortable loungewear suit too. So in the description box down below, I will link to obviously Rachel and Ruan's channels for you to go and check out their videos. I'll also link to this range of fabrics, and I'll give the discount code and the date again down below. And also I'll link to the patterns so you can go and have a little browse for yourselves. If you've sewed up either of those patterns, do let me know down below and give me any hints and tips or sizing advice and that sort of thing. I didn't tell you what size I'm making. I should have done that really. So in terms of the size that I'm going to be making for both of these patterns, there's a lot of ease built into the sweater, so the top half, the mile end. So my measurements actually put me in size 10 to 12. So I'm currently a 36.5-inch bust, which is a size 10. I'm around a 29.5 to 30-inch waist, which is a size 10. And then my hips are a 40, 39.5 to a 40, which puts me into a 12. Looking at the finished garment measurements, I decided to size down to an 8 for the sweater because it's so roomy and I don't want it to be huge. Yes, cozy and comfortable, but not huge. So I've decided to go for a size 8 for the sweater, and I've gone for a size 12 for the shorts because I thought my hip measurement was the most important one for the shorts, and that put me in a size 12. And I thought the waist I can just pull in a bit more tightly with the elastic and the drawstring. So that's the sizes I've gone for. Sorry that was a bit of a mishmash and ended up at the end of the video, but I forgot. That's why I should write everything down, shouldn't I? Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're all really excited about this project. I certainly am. I'm having a Zoom chat with Rachel and Ruan in a couple of days' time, and we're going to start sewing these up while we're chatting, so that's going to be lovely. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're all really well, and I'll see you again soon in my next video, which will be before the reveal for this, so I'll see you all again very soon. Happy sewing! Bye! So then the bottoms are called the plateau joggers. So these are what they call an elevated take on a classic knit jogging pattern. So, say that again.